sweet looking grandma killed her own grandson. And her name is Sandra Lane. Yeah, you heard that right. Grandma wasn't baking cookies. She straight up emptied a gun into her 17-year-old grandson, Jonathan Hoffman. And not just once, she shot him over 10 times while he was begging for his life. So what did this kid do? Did he rob a bank? Start an underground fight club? Forget to mow the lawn? Nope. He was a regular teenager who was going through a lot of problems at home. His sister was diagnosed with cancer and his family were planning to move states. And this affected Jonathan a lot. And that's when he started to do a lot of drugs. He did stuff like mushrooms, which made him so erratic and paranoid that he called the cops himself. So his parents were thinking to put him in rehab, but Sandra insisted that Jonathan would stay in his hometown and live with her while he finished his last year of high school. The parents were hesitant, but Jonathan really pushed this idea because who wants to go to rehab? And finally, his parents agree. So he moves in with his grandma and his parents and sister move away. But things didn't get better because he developed an addiction to weed. But it wasn't any kind of weed. It was something called K2 and Spice, which are synthetic versions of weed. And there's been a few cases where teenagers lost their marbles taking this stuff and ended up murdering or injuring their parents. So Jonathan's driving and he gets pulled over by the cops and they find weed in his car. So after that, he gets put on probation. 4 days later, Grandma Sandra takes action and decides to buy a semi-automatic 9mm Glock. And along with that, she purchased a speed loader and a box of ammunition containing hollow bullet points, which are designed to make some serious damage. She then takes some shooting lessons at a nearby gun range until she felt proficient enough at handling the gun. So back to Jonathan. Because he was in probation, he had to take regular drug tests and he was really scared of his grandmother because he had failed the test. And when she finds out, she loses her and Jonathan and Sandra start arguing. And Jonathan is getting ready to leave the house to go out with his friends, but Sandra's not letting him. And Sandra threatens Jonathan to send him back to his parents, and he really doesn't want to go back to his parents. And just gets really messy, and that's when Sandra snaps and shoots Jonathan in the chest. She leaves and Jonathan calls 911.
911, what's your emergency?
Well, I've just been shot.
What? Who?
I've just been shot.
Where are you at? Okay, how did you get shot? Who shot you?
My grandma shot me.
Your grandma and grandpa shot you?
My grandma.
During the call, Sandra comes back and shoots him another 10 times. The cops arrived and she casually tells them, "I killed my grandson," with no remorse. And everyone is shocked and Jonathan's parents are devastated because they never imagined this would happen. They never knew she was having problems with Jonathan. And what the heck, the community even saw Sandra as a help to the community because she used to be a teacher and would do a lot of volunteer work. So grandma goes to trial and she tries to play the poor little grandma and claims she killed Jonathan out of self-defense because he was hitting her. However, she was examined right after the incident and she had no injuries. And that's when the jury came up with the verdict that she was guilty of first-degree murder. And this is Sandra in real life. She was sentenced to 20 years in jail, still claiming that she acted out of self-defense. So what do you think? Was grandma really scared for her life? Or could she just not handle taking care of a teenager? Let me know what you think in the comments. RIP to Jonathan.